Let's create an easy Christmas card, shall we? We are using the brushed gold cards and envelopes by Stampin' Up, and we're going to use the Season of Green and Gold Designer Series paper. The sentiment's going to come from Greetings of the Season. Hello, my name's Kimberly Smith. I'm the paper chef. And for the next couple months, I'm featuring the Greetings of the Season stamp set as part of my workshop series here on YouTube. So please check out the other tutorials. I'm going to share with those with you. I'll share what we created already so far on this channel in various formats. All right, so you're going to need to use, because the card's basic white, which I love how like the paper's vanilla, the card's white. Then we're going to use the vanilla and the greens, and then we're going to use the white for the sentiment. So let's go ahead and die cut the sentiment, shall we? I'm going to take a little piece of basic white cardstock. And we'll go ahead and make a couple of these, and then we'll just see how they can be slightly different. And thanks for checking in and saying hello when you get here. I will say hello to you as well. So we're just going to go ahead and cut a couple of these. And if you missed my tutorial earlier, I shared my swaps. So if you want to see all my swaps, I just got back. I'll do it real quick. Here, real quick. Dun, 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 dun. I opened these up. Actually, this one I'll show again. This one I'll show again because it uses Greetings of the Season. But if you want to see all of these, I took them out of the bags. I'm not even going to tilt them. Please check out my tutorial. Not my tutorial. It was just a swap. It was just a video I did earlier. I took all these out of the bags. I said who made them. Just got back. This one I made, but I made it with a design from someone else. Just got back from the Georgia Demonstrator retreat. Georgia Demonstrator is called Sweet Peaches. Sweet Peaches Retreat. The next one's going to be at the end of January. So if you are a Georgia Demonstrator, please contact me so I can get you into our group on Facebook, and then you can find out about the retreats. And who knows, maybe someday I'll host one on the East Coast, because there's only a couple of us over here, but that went really far away. A lot of the Georgia Demonstrators live around Atlanta, but there is a group in another part of Georgia that's going to be hosting it next time. And I'm not sure if that place is Thompsonville or Thomasville, because I'm not really sure. I have to look it up. But it is going to be at the end of January. So what I'm doing is I'm using the Season of Green and Gold to cut these cute little tags that are like ovals. So we'll cut a couple of them. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and cut 3. We're going to make a couple cards. So see if they, just in case we just have an extra one. I can always make more later. Now, the other thing you're going to die cut is, or you can fuzzy cut, or you can use your scan and cut, is you're going to get a bunch of these like twigs and things from the vellum, and you're going to cut out the bells. We're not going to do this part because I'm not doing that because we already did all that on YouTube here. I did a whole tutorial on how to use your scan and cut to cut out the Designer Series paper. And really, for me to use dies after I found out how easy it was with the scan and cut would actually be a waste of my time. I want you guys to do the things the most efficient way. All right, so I tried this in Garden Green, and I think that looks good too, right? But then if you're going to use the Garden Green, we need like a pop of red on the card somewhere, which is fine. But I think I'm going to try. Okay, so this one was Cherry Cobbler. I think I'm going to still do Cherry Cobbler, but I think I'm going to do a real red one as well. So let's grab real red, because when you use 2 colors of red, right, you want to use the lighter one first. So the real red is lighter than Cherry Cobbler. Does that make sense? So I'm going to stamp in the real red first. And I'm just going to stamp on the sticky note first. You're not getting any measurements for this card because we're using pre-made cards. Okay, I think this one it could be a little better. It looks like it has a little lint on it, or felt. Okay, that's better. Okay, so just a better stamp. So that's okay, just go like that. And now we're going to do Cherry Cobbler. All I do is, you don't have to clean it because I'm using like another shade of red that's darker. I just stamp it onto my paper. Okay, cherry cobbler. This ink is drier. It's actually, the drier the better for like really fine stamps like this. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. I'm happier with the garden green and the real red there and the one I made earlier. But I will go ahead and just going to go ahead and cut another couple of these and see what happens, right? You might not be able to see this part. So the die cutting sandwich I will explain when I pull this out. So when you die cut, right, and you have the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you want to use plate number 1, which is your base plate. And then you want to use the thin die adapter, which is plate number 2. And then you're going to use one plate number 3. And then you're going to put your paper and your die down, like so, and then another plate number 3 on top. So that is what's called your die cutting sandwich. What I'm doing right now is stamping in cherry cobbler. Okay, that's much better than the first one. That's better than this one. Well, it's not much better. Something's going on with the C. Yeah, just something happened to the letter C. That one's okay. I don't know. It's all good. We're going to try it. I think I'll try one more time, but I'm going to wipe it in between. Because there's like something. There's some like lint on there or something. Something got stuck on the letter C. Let's get inky, shall we? All right. And I was about to wipe it on my shirt, but my shirt is green, so I don't think I should wipe it on my shirt. This is the reason I usually have like a whole bucket of dies already cut, but just got back from an event today, drove several hours, and, you know, did do a lot of die cutting like I normally do. I'm happy. It stamped perfectly. All right. You can't see it, but there was this big like lint ball stuck to the letter C. And it was like getting on my nerves. All right. So anyway, the stamps are stained. Blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. In other words, I don't have anything to say about it except that your stamps get stained. You could try all kinds of tricks. Been there, done that. Try using Versamark before you stamp. It helps a little bit. But you know what? In the end, whenever you use red inks, everything, it's going to get stained. It's not a big deal. See? They're all stained. Every time you use red, they're all going to be stained. I'm just going to go ahead and put it back because actually I wiped. Usually you can use the Stampin' Scrub or something, but I just wiped that one down. So it's good to go. I'm putting it back inside. All right, so now you're going to take your trimmer and we're going to cut our little pieces. The only measurement is going to be, and let's see if my friend Janet is here. Or Janet or Kathy. Let me say hi to you guys. We got Bonnie here. Thank you, Bonnie Blake, for coming. Lisa Tabor from Critters Ink and Designs. We're going to do 3.5. Okay. We're going to use these different pieces of Season of Green and Gold with the foiling in them. 3.5. We'll do this one 3.5. Anyway, if Janet is here or Kathy, you can write this in the chat because I'm just not in a measurement writing kind of mood today. So we'll just write it in the chat. So the measurement is going to be 3.5 by 1.25. Okay. Let's just make sure. 3.5 inches by 1.25. And that's it. You're going to do a bunch of those. Let's just go ahead and make a bunch of these. 3.5 by 1.25. I say it a few times because later it will get captioned into my video, and Janet, my team member, will write the measurements for you in the comments of the video. So I'm going to go ahead and do a few of these because I make a couple cards at once. And this was already 3.5 by 1.25. Season of Green and Gold it's awesome on both sides, but one side is foiled. So I like to use the foiled side as much as possible because this is called specialty paper. And you're going to see how last week's card that we made last weekend inspired me for this week's card. And now we need the other paper like this. This one's awesome. Look at this foiling. If you want to see all the sheets of this paper, go ahead and check out my video from last week where I go through the whole pack of paper. So 3.5. This one I'm just going to make 2 sheets of. I like the top piece better, so we'll just flip it around there. Now, the only thing to note about this one is make sure it's directional, because this paper has like a pattern that goes in a certain direction, right? All right, now we need our little cards, and we're going to get the package out. So these, by the way, are on low inventory right now. So get these. If you like these, get them on. They're low inventory. And you know what else is on low inventory? Just check before the video. All the materials I use, this gold foil is on low inventory. So please get things. If you like something, get it while you can. We had a, sale recently, and things flew off the shelf. Flew off the warehouse shelf, right? Flew off the warehouse floor. Hello, Hilda. Nice to see you. Hello again, Kathy. And hello again, Phil. I'm getting out a couple envelopes and a couple of the cards. So these cards, and I'll give you the product number, are already made for you, and they're already foiled, and they go perfect with this. And they are called brushed gold cards and envelopes. Product number 162177. That's 162177. All you need to do is look up the word gold. Go to my store. There's my store. paperchef.stampinup.net and search for gold, and you're going to find this and the Season of Green and Gold paper. You'll find it all. That was not on low inventory when I checked. Okay, so that you can still get that paper. The paper is gorgeous. I have multiple packs of this paper. I've gone through it. I go through it like water. It's like my favorite paper this season. Well, maybe the snowman's my favorite paper. But this is my favorite paper as far as like single paper. But my favorite suite would be the snowy season. All right, so I'm just folding it. I'm not going to use a bone folder. And I'm not going to use my spatula because when I did, I scratched the gold right off the paper. Not that it's like cheap or anything. It's just because it's not like I scratched it because of that. I scratched it because my bone folder has like plastic on it, and the spatulas I use have ridges on them. I use these different spatulas, and they have like ridges, and they scratch the gold. So I'm just folding it with my hands. And you just have a regular card. So you need inspiration to use these, be pre-saying. So I'm glad you like this inspiration. This is just, I like to do simple sometimes, but I have to add my bling to make it elegant. You know what I'm saying? So it's a simple concept, but the bling makes it elegant. The bling on not just the paper, but the embellishments and the cards. Okay, now we're just going to layer it up. Now when you do these, do the outside ones first. Right? So something like this. And like this, just lay them out, lay them there, but only do the outside ones first. Okay. Because then you center the other ones. Okay, where's the third piece? Here it is. Nope, that's not it. You know, you saw me cut 2 pieces of it. Oh, there it is, those. Okay, that's the one. And so it doesn't really matter which one's on the outside of these 2. Like one time we could put that on the outside and one time we could put that on the outside. But notice how the very vanilla is contrasting. With the white. So that's what I like. Okay, so outside. I picked this measurement because it's centered kind of perfectly in here. Now there's some glue on there. We'll get that off. We don't need an adhesive eraser. We need a baby wipe when it's wet like that, right? And then you do the outside one, and then you do the middle one, and then the middle one is centered that way because you know how to put it in the right distance. Every time I do 3 pieces of DSP on a card, I do the center one last. Okay, so Grabbing a baby wipe. No, not an alcohol wipe. That will disintegrate your paper probably. Just a regular, like a regular baby wipe or wet one. See that? Gone. All right, now we're going to do this one. And we'll put this one on the side this time. As long as I put one of the vanillas on the right side and one on the left side, then I can put whatever I want in the middle. Hey, I got a new channel supporter. Or was it a channel? No, Yvette, you're already a channel supporter. Tell me, is that a super chat? I forget what they even look like. So, well, thank you for the super chat if that's what that is. I haven't got a super chat in a while. That's like a donation during my live stream. Yippee! And it comes out a different color, but I forgot what they look like. It's a lot of times like the gamers, that's how they make their living. They play games all day. I mean, I'm not even making this up. That's like literally what they do. They live stream all day, and then people give them chats, super chats. And then it's like how they make their living. I should try it one day, because if I can make more than being a teacher, I should try that. I should try just going live for like 8 hours one day. And just see if I can make more than I make as a teacher. Wouldn't that be awesome? Then I could like quit my teaching job and just craft full time. No. I mean, yes. But I would have to do it every day. I crack myself up sometimes. All right. So anyway, let's put this there. Thank you, Yvette. And hello, Bonnie. And we already said hi, Bonnie. So hello, Debbie. Nice to see you. And let's see. Hello, Betty. Haven't seen you in a while, Betty. I know you probably got these little cards. So we're going to take this little banner. Oh, we're going to use dimensionals and put this on there. Pop it up with dimensionals. And then we'll turn this into a little banner. So I'm using gold foil. So let's get some of the ones I like. All right, this one I liked and I was singing. So we have to keep it now because I was singing when I stamped this so well. So we'll use one of these. It didn't really matter where I put it because I'm going to cut the ends off. And then let's see. I'm going to try. Those are the ones didn't come out as well. I guess I might try. Yeah, I think I'll keep this for something else. I was going to do a green one. Well, we'll see. We shall see. I think I'm going to do the real red one. So now I need a piece of gold. All right, so you have in your package, you have one of these cards, and it came in your package with your card stock. So it came in this package here. You got your card stock for your workshop kit, and then you got on the back, you have that card. So pull that out of your packet, the one that I'm making now. But those of you, of course, that don't have my workshop kit, anywhere in the world, you can watch this and follow along. I'm just taking the gold and I'm making 1-inch strips. And if I look at the comments and I don't see anybody writing measurements down, then I will go ahead and write them later. But after driving 5 hours or 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, I really don't feel like writing anything down. I just feel like crafting. I didn't even write it down for myself, actually. Yeah, so Betty's saying she knows I haven't seen her. She's been very busy these past few months. She's on my team. And it's like, she disappeared and we missed you. October, first weekend in October is our meeting. And I invited Stampin' Up, a lady from Stampin' Up. Her name's Heather. So I invited her to our team meeting. So I hope my team members show up. I told her how awesome my team is. So I'm going to start telling you guys now. All right, so this is what I'm doing. I'm just making these little banners to put on there. So, I mean, I don't really measure the size. I just do this little angle. But here's the trick about the angle. So to get the angle the same on the other side, you can turn that little piece around that you just cut, move it to the distance you need it, right? And you get the angle right that way. See what I'm doing? So that's how you get your angle right when you're cutting banners. And always give yourself a lot of leeway because, see, that came out good But if it doesn't, you can always trim off the other side. So that's how you do it. Just cut one side. It don't matter. And then you're going to take, I mean, it don't matter what side you cut first, but I always cut the right side first. I'm going to turn that piece around like that. Move it the distance away it is over there. And you're going to cut it the same angle. Okay, so that's that. And now we are going to, yeah, this is the workshop series, Debbie. Nice to see you. Okay, Janet will write the measurements she already said. Good, she's going to put those in the comment section. Yay. And what else we have? All right. Let us see. Robin is here. Leslie from Outback Stamping is back for another live, and Frida is here. Laura Steiner. Hey, Ann, nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while either. And Carol Colasar. Nice to see you again. Mary, Deborah from New South Wales, Australia. This is just an easy card, right? Easy, not taxing on our brain, and we're having fun. So now all we got to do is attach this. So don't attach this yet because you want to take this little vellum pieces. So let's get out the bucket of crafty goodness. They're just getting pretty low now. It's getting to be where I need to do another scan and cut tutorial. Okay, what's that? That's the inside of a card. All right, so you need to get yourself a little bell. You can ring my bell, ring my bell. So get yourself a little bell that has a bow on top, that little bell like that. And then get yourself a couple of little pieces of vellum or sprigs or something. I like this because it contrasts against the background. And here, this one's a nice little piece of vellum. It's a little sprig. And we'll go with this little piece of vellum. And let's try, well, no, let's do another one of these. We'll do, whoops, let's get one of these because I have a lot of this. So something like that. We're going to put one up and one down. So we'll put this one up and this one down, something like that. We'll put this one up and this one down, and I'll put the bell on the top left. Okay, so in order to get those to stick, I just took my rolling adhesive, which was here a minute ago. Here it is. Man, I got like hitchhikers here today. All these little things jumping all over my stuff. All right, so you're going to take this and you're going to just put a strip across the middle like so, right? And this is going to hold the vellum in place. So then you could take the vellum and you can go like that. Now you don't want you don't want adhesive behind the vellum because you can see it, right? So you just want it like that. Now this is going to be hidden by the little banner. Cool, right? So now I put more adhesive on the banner, but I put a little bit of adhesive just to hold the vellum in place. And that banner's going to go there. I tried putting it down the bottom, and it didn't look right on the bottom. I tried that. It wasn't my thing. And now we're going to put that over there for now. Put this over here. Put this little strip of vellum across. Adhesive across. This time I'm going to put this one down and this one up. Kind of like that. It can stick off a little bit. Not too much because the envelope isn't that much bigger than the actual project. Okay, we're going to stick this here. Oh no, we need more adhesive on this one. Okay, now we're going to take these guys and put little dimensionals on them. 2 dimensionals per bell. So I cut these out of, in fact, most of the stuff, scan and cut, scan and cut, scan and cut, scan and cut. There are dies that go with these, but I still used my scan and cut because the dies don't cut out every single piece of the paper. They cut out mostly stamped images. So I end up using my scan and cut to cut these out. Put a little bell over there. And, oh yeah, we need some bling. Gotta have some bling. Put this bell on this one. And then the one that has the real red, we'll put different bling on to see how that looks. All right, so I've sent out all the kits, and now that I've sent out all the kits, I can dig into my embellishments here. Meaning, once I send out all my workshop kits, actually here, there's already one open. I figured we'll do this. We'll put some, because, okay, look at the two colors, first of all. Do you see how this is real red? This one, I stamped it in real red, and this is cherry cobbler. Okay? Now, look at this. Look at the difference. Real red and cherry cobbler. It may be subtle, but these are real red. Okay? These are real red. So if you're going to use these little peppermint dots with the poppy braid, say, that would be okay, because real poppy braid and real red are real close together. But cherry cobbler is more like a Mary Merlot. So I'm saying that these dots, I think, will look better on this one, whereas this one looks better with the snowflakes. This is more of an elegant color, and this is more of like, real red's more of like a whimsical Christmas color. Okay, so let's go ahead and try putting these peppermints somewhere like that. Okay, just to give it a pop of red. I'm going to do a small, medium, and large. That's what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to put large. That's the medium one. So that's a large, and then we'll do a small. Large, medium, and small. I think the small can go right over here. The reason I'm putting it on the vanilla is just for contrast. Like it would actually look okay on the white, but it's already white. So I just thought I just put it on there. Okay, so a little pop of, I mean, I could even do 5 of these. It wouldn't look bad with 5. As long as it's an odd number. Yeah, but I'm going to stick with 3 though. But anyway, that's the little peppermint dots. Now then for these guys, I put these little snowflakes for the one with the cherry cobbler. So these snowflakes, they're in your kit as well. So this is your embellishments you have. And all you're going to do with these other ones, you can use the dots too, the cherries. But for those that are pearl color, you can color them with the blends marker. So this one I'm going to overlap into the white. It's a little copper color. And then we'll put a gold one down there, and we'll put a white one up on top of this so you can sort of see it like in the white part. Okay, so a few little snowflakes. So now we have a very festive and easy card. Now watch, even though this was bigger, this is a regular A2 card. See, look, even though the little sprig's hanging out the side, it should still fit in there. Okay, and if not, yep, I might have to push that little guy in a little bit. Or here. I'm just going to trim them. I'm going to trim them off like it was supposed to be. Because it's a pine needle, right? So don't let it hang over the side too much. Still hangs over a little bit. But you got to get it in the envelope. Okay. So there you go. That fits in there perfectly. Easy peasy. And one of the tutorials last year is when I showed you how to turn these little envelopes into bags. We made little gift bags out of the envelopes. That was a fun thing too you can do. All right, let me show you what we made. Well, first let me show you the card that I just made yesterday. And it took me a long time because it was all heat embossed, but it does use the season of green and gold. And then after that, following that, I'm going to, thank you, Robin. Thank you. After that, I'm going to show you the ones that we made in the other part of the series. So this is a card. Now let's see. I'm going to make sure I give credit because I went to this event and I want to make sure I give you credit. So this is Shirley Day, a Georgia Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who designed this card. It's called the Season of Green and Gold Accordion Fold Card. So I shall open it because it took me a long time to emboss it and all that stuff and fold it, punch holes, and do the thing. So it's embossed in the back with the swirly embossing folder. You may have seen me use that when we did, and there's a little tag in the front. And I could have tied it a little better so that the tag actually stays in one place. But that just involves me, like, all I have to do for that is to tie a little knot. Oops. I should have done it a little better. Like, put this through first, right? Tie a little knot, and then finish tying the bow. Anywho, I think I could put the tag here, okay? And it will stay better. But isn't that nice? So you write your little message in this side. It's the most wonderful time of the year with the WOW embossing folder. Okay, so I'm thinking, I might not have followed the instructions exactly, but I think you have to tie this on like out here, right? Yeah, and then it stays better, the little bow. So love what you could do with the Season of Green and Gold. All right, so you want to see what we made in part 1 of this series? And you're going to see how I inspired myself in part 1 to make this part 2. So like, here's what I made with you guys on YouTube here, right? And this was based on a card sketch from the catalog, and it was my swap card. And then what I did is, like, to make this card here, I was inspired by this card. So let me explain one moment that kind of how you do. So on page 22 of the catalog, there are these card sketches. See? So when I was doing my swap, our swap theme was make sure you follow a sketch. So I followed sketch number 3, and this is my interpretation of sketch number 3. Hey, Lynn is here, a paper chef, another team member. Laura is also a paper chef. So Laura, meet Lynn. Hello, Peggy. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in. So anyway, that sketch is that. And then this sketch, or like this one, kind of follows like that concept of using 3 pieces of DSP. They're different size DSP, but you get the idea. Okay, so that's what we made. You can see how I did that. And then I have a few other things to show you with this theme, with the season of green and gold. All right, so if you want to follow along all month long, we're making things with this. This is a square card I made, and I'll try to case this and recreate something like this with us. That'll be fun. And then this one I did on YouTube already. When I did an unboxing, I showed how to make this card. I may make it again, some variation of it, but I didn't include this mercury vellum inside your kit. But it is still the same kind of concept of the season of green and gold. I like how it's tied up there. This paper is fantastic. I did bag tutorials on YouTube already. So if you missed it, I'll try to do one more this month or next month. This series will go on for a couple months. This is a different size bag. You can see a different width. And I've shown how to make a couple of the bags, but I've done different variations of them. So I want to do it again. And you can just see how this paper is like absolutely fantastic. Like, I can't get enough of this paper. So fun. And everybody said it too. Like, at the retreat, they were all like, wow, I get to use this paper. They were all so excited about this paper. Okay, here's something else I created with this paper. It's the little scalloped gift card holder box. And then on my most recent class, or course, I should say, is on the Brother Scan and Cut, and it's called Holiday Projects. So these are a couple of the boxes I teach you how to make using your Brother Scan and Cut. But I still use the season of green and gold for those. Okay, let's see what this is. Oh no, these are not done. Those are the bags that were in the middle of making those bags. Okay, I have a couple more things to show you. Inside of the course, the Brother Scan and Cut Holiday Projects course, I also use the season of green and gold to make this box. There's no candy in it yet, but it's a box that you can make with your machine. And I teach you how to design that. We still have finishing touches on the course, but the course is pretty much set. I just need to put the PDFs in there and your assignments. I had to put some assignments in there. So if you are starting it and you're like, it doesn't seem like it's all finished, then, you know, maybe you're right. All right, but there you go. This is another way to use it. This is the season of green and gold. Last month's card club. It could have been the month before. Was it the month before? You guys, and yes, it's probably last month's card club. But anyway, these are some things we made with the season of green and gold. It's all just blending together. This month's card club, we are using Thoughtful Journey and Iconic Celebrations cards. Anyway, so you could see how you can use the season of green and gold. And of course, the point of a card club is actually to work with a stamp set. So in the Trucking Along stamp set, you can see there's a lot more you could do with it. Every time I have a card club, we use 2 different kinds of paper in one stamp set. Unlike my workshop series, we use multiple kinds of paper, dies, and a stamp set. So like we use more products. All right, so I will be having a bingo, and some of these sentiments might be used again in my bingo because I just love using these beautiful, sentiments. There's just so many to choose from. And I also ordered something called Christmas labels, and that will have a lot of sentiments in it as well. But my bingo that's going to be coming up in October does not really depend on any certain stamp set. It's going to be more about like just the creation of, easy cards using, fun ephemera packages. All right. So, yes, thank you, Lynn. She said making the tree box was really easy. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you like that. Okay, so Debbie Salinas has said, are you going to teach that card? Now, I don't know when you asked it, but I can teach how to make this card again, but I have to do a variation of it because I didn't send you this ribbon. When I give you a card club kit or a workshop kit, I tried to then design with everything I gave you. So I gave you this paper, and the vellum, but not that and not this kind of ribbon. So I could do it again, maybe using the Winter Meadow. I would just have to use different products, or I could use Season of Green and Gold, but I'd have to use a few different products based on what I gave you in your kit. So yes, I can make that again, and I definitely plan on doing something like that too. All right, well, that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. I hope you enjoyed these projects that we made, and they're the projects that I shared with you based on the Greetings of the Season and the Season of Green and Gold Specialty Designer Series paper. Okay? Have a great evening. Okay, she was asking about the one at the retreat. Am I going to show how to make the one at the retreat? Oh, this one? No, probably not because it involves heat embossing. It involves paper, like, an embossing folder we don't have. Maybe a different time, but not in this workshop. If I'm going to show it to you, I have to send you the pieces, right? Like if we do heat embossing workshop, I like to send you the dry embossed pieces already. But I can still show you the concept of it. I mean, that's what the retreat was about, was demonstrators learning how to demonstrate things for their classes. So I don't mind, showing you this, but I just have to do it in the right context of the supplies I sent you. All right. Thank you, Michelle. I see you just came in. Michelle, nice to see you. And Robbie, you're very welcome. Have a great evening, everybody. I appreciate all of you. This is the Paper Chef. Bye-bye.